What's up, Familysteaders? I hope everyone having a great morning, great evening, great afternoon. Today we're showing you the best method for repotting your trees or plants. This is also the easiest repotting method. Today we're repotting our Meyer lemon tree into a 40-gallon container. Right now it's in a 15-gallon container. It's been in this 15-gallon container for 6 months. We purchased it from Stark Brothers in a 1-gallon container. There's nothing wrong with keeping our citrus tree in this 15-gallon container. We're repotting our tree today because winter is coming soon and that extra soil will be like a blanket for our roots. Also, more roots equal more fruit. This is the soil we're using today to repot our citrus tree. This soil already has food in it, but we're gonna add a little more because our Meyer lemon tree is screaming. We haven't used any compost or fertilizer since we put it in this container. That's why the leaves are light green. Our citrus tree is going through a nitrogen problem right now. So the first thing we're gonna do before we repot our Meyer lemon tree into this 40-gallon container is tap around the sides of the container. Because tapping around the sides of the container makes it easier for us to pull our plant out. Okay, so now that we're done tapping the sides of our container, making sure it's loose enough to come right out, now it's time to start filling our 40-gallon container with some soil. Okay, so now that we got a quarter of our 40-gallon container filled with soil, now we're gonna place our 15-gallon container inside and we're gonna fill around the sides with soil. So this is how it should look once you put your container inside. Nice and even around the whole container. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now it's time to start filling around our container with dirt. So 3 great reasons to repot like this. The first reason would be this makes the perfect home for your plant. The perfect home. It fits right into this container perfectly once you do the mold. The second reason is because you can add fertilizer directly to those roots. Third reason is your plant will go through less stress. It won't feel like it got evicted. It'll feel like it moved to a better home. Okay, so now that we got our soil filled in around our 15-gallon container, now it's time to take it out of our 40-gallon container. So check it out. It's the perfect mold, perfect home for our 15-gallon container. It's gonna go in there perfect. So now we're gonna sprinkle some of our Dr. Earth inside of our new citrus tree home. And the reason we use Dr. Earth is because it's organic, it's an all-purpose fertilizer, and it's super low in NPK, so we don't have to worry about burning our citrus tree. Okay, remember the second reason why I said this is a great way to repot your plants and trees is because you can add fertilizer directly to those roots. This is the Dr. Earth fertilizer. And this is what I was talking about when I said you can add fertilizer directly to those roots. This is how it looks. See? You can sprinkle it along the sides. So you don't even have to turn it in your soil. Those roots have food waiting for them already. And that should be enough. Okay, since we already tapped around the sides of our container and make sure it's loose enough to come right out, now it's time to take our Meyer lemon tree out of this 15-gallon container and put it in this 40-gallon container. See those roots? Perfect. Perfect. Check it out, guys. It's the perfect home for our citrus tree. It's that easy. That's why this is the best repotting method. Now all we have to do now, take this dirt and just go like this. That's all we have to do now. This. We're gonna sprinkle a little epsom salt around the base, and we're gonna mulch it with wood chips. The wood chips are gonna also keep our Meyer lemon tree roots warm, and we want to make sure we keep it warm over this winter because our Meyer lemon tree is not even a year old yet. We purchased our Meyer lemon tree June. No, we purchased our Meyer lemon tree in May, so it's only like 6 months old, 6.5 months old. So we're gonna use wood chips to keep our roots warm, and it's gonna also add beneficial microbes to our 40-gallon container. So now we're gonna sprinkle a little epsom salt around our Meyer lemon tree before we add our wood chips. And that should be enough. These are the wood chips we're using to mulch our citrus tree. And since we already talked about why this is the best repotting method, let's talk about 3 great reasons why repotting your trees or plants is important. First great reason repotting is important is because it gives your roots more room to stretch. More room for your roots to grow makes your plant stronger and bigger. Second reason is if your plant or tree is root bound, you have to water more frequently. So if you repot at the right time, you won't have to water as much. Third reason is root bound plants don't grow as vigorous as a plant with room to stretch its roots. The extra soil around our roots and the mulch on top should be more than enough to protect our Meyer lemon tree from its first winter. Now it's time to water our Meyer lemon tree into its new home.
Good job, Zane.